I'm going to show you how I make my canned sliced peppers, banana peppers. And I don't eat them, so I can't comment on their taste, but Brian sometimes can go through a whole jar in a day, but it's been a while since he's done that. You can use these sliced peppers on anything that you want. Sandwiches, like pot roast. If you do like beef sandwiches, put meat in the crock pot and you can add these peppers if you want for flavor. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to make them, but you need some essential things. And I don't think you can't see the whole basket, but I have a humongous basket of peppers. These are hot banana peppers. The heat from the banana peppers varies by each pepper. Sometimes they have a good amount of heat and sometimes it's more of a mild heat, but I have a whole boatload of these peppers. So you need peppers, you need garlic. You can also use minced garlic. You don't have to use fresh garlic bulbs, but I have them, I grew them, so why not use them, right? You need crunchy stuff. If you don't use this, the peppers will be mush, like complete mush, okay? Turmeric, canning salt, and vinegar. I didn't bring the vinegar over here yet, but you need vinegar. So it's pretty basic. Oh, yeah, I got salt. Yeah, pretty basic. So I'm going to start by rinsing off these peppers and bringing them over here to cut them. There's a couple different ways that you can cut them depending on your preference, or do one and the other. So we'll see. I'll be right back. When it comes time to slice the peppers, you can do it a couple of ways. So one way is to cut them in rings, okay? Like this. So you take the center out, just push the center out, get the seeds off of it, okay? So you have a pepper ring that looks like that, and put it in the bowl. I usually do slices, okay? I don't usually do rings, but maybe this year I'll try doing rings. So maybe this first calendar of peppers, I'll do rings. So I'm cutting them and I'm putting them in a bowl. As long as the little tail is good, not like rotten or bug infested or anything. Throw the tail in there too. Like the bottom of the banana peppers don't usually have a lot of seeds in them, so if it's just a little bit of seeds, I just leave them in there. All right, like this one, that's caca. So I won't use that. Anyway, I'm going to cut these up into rings and fill up my bowl. And then we'll get back to how we fill the jars, what goes in the jars. And by the way, while you are cutting, if you can see behind me in the pan on the stove, the jars are already in there and they're already sanitized. I do need to get the lids sanitized. So I'll get a little pot of water going and boil that water, throw the lids in there to get the lids sanitized as well. That's super important. Now, because of the acidic content in these peppers with the vinegar that I'm going to be adding, you can water bath can these. You don't have to pressure can these. So it's a pretty simple process. Just takes time with the cutting. That's the kind of the biggest thing. And if you're using fresh garlic, getting that garlic bulb out of its encasement and smashed and put into your jar. That's why if you're short on time, using already minced garlic is a shortcut. If you want to, I may end up doing that. If I'm getting sick of how long I'm on my feet here working with these peppers. So when it's time to actually can these peppers, I have to bring the peppers over here. I forgot to bring the peppers over. I'll be right back. All right, you need to make a solution of vinegar and water and make sure it's really hot. The reason why is because your jars that you're gonna pull out of the water, the sanitized ones, are going to be hot. So if you put cold stuff into hot jars and then put the jars into the hot canner, your glass might explode. And it does happen, it has happened to me. It is not pleasant. So make sure that your vinegar solution is hot. And so it is mine in this pot right now is 4 cups of vinegar and 2.5 cups of water, okay? I'm going to get a jar out of the canner. Put it right here. Into that jar, this one's kind of tall. It's not a pint, so I'm gonna put 2 garlic cloves, but I'm gonna smash this garlic so that its flavor will get kind of all over the peppers. Uh-oh, this garlic has a little bit of brown spot. I'm gonna take that off. Put that in there. The next thing that's gonna go in there is a teaspoon of turmeric. Ish. This isn't an exact science, okay? About 1/4 of a teaspoon, a little less than 1/4 of a teaspoon. Oh my gosh! I just spilled it in the garlic. I'll be back. I have to clean up this mess. That sucked. So, a little less than 1/4 of a teaspoon of extra crunch. This is a Mrs. Wages product. You can probably get it other brands. And then I'm going to put in a little less than 1/2 teaspoon canning salt. A little bit less. Okay, now I'm gonna add my peppers. While the jar looks filled right now, it goes down a little bit once they get hot. I'm gonna put my funnel on top, even though it really doesn't lay nicely. Get a spoon and then start spooning in the hot vinegar and water. I didn't make enough vinegar and water. I'll have to make more, but this gives you the gist. All right, so I'm gonna fill it to about 1/2 inch from the top, okay? Put these things away. I'm going to grab one of my lids out of the water, give it a dry, give the rim of the jar a dry. Don't do what I just did. Give the jar a little bit of a shake. That's hot. That's very hot on my fingers. You can also use like a knife or like a plastic knife. It comes with canning stuff. This gets the air bubbles out. Actually, now that I did that, I need to put a little bit more water in there. water and vinegar. Okay. Put my lid back on. Put that back on. And then can that for 10 minutes in your water bath canner. So it takes time because you're doing one jar, one by one by one by one. You don't want to leave each jar out for too long because you don't want it to cool down. So in essence, like the first couple ones are gonna get cooked a little bit longer. That's not the end of the world. So I'm gonna put that in my canner, and then, how does that not fit? Oh, there it goes. And then I'll start again. Once it's done, you put them in your pantry and open them as you need them. Now this is just how I do it. You can put other things in there if you like red pepper flakes, if you like dill, smoked paprika, I mean, whatever you want, but this is how I do it, and it's essential to make sure you have that extra crunch. What is this stuff called? Calcium chloride granules. Okay, keeps it crunchy. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.